Gold is on fire. Prices have hit record highs, recently nearing $3,300 per ounce. And many Americans are even melting down their jewelry to cash in. So let's get into it with Hibbard, precious metals and alternative money specialist at GoldSilver.com. Alan, welcome. Thanks for being here.
Hey, thanks for having me, Alicia.
Okay, so we know gold is on fire. People are literally melting down their jewelry to cash in on the high prices. Why? And is this the peak?
Well, it's definitely not the peak. There's a long way to go. I think people are selling gold because they don't understand what's coming and they're so strapped for cash. So I actually think that's probably a bad decision to be melting down jewelry. This is the point. You want to accumulate as much gold as you possibly can. I do think the biggest move in the price of gold is still in front of us. Yeah, that's a little sad that people are selling it at this point.
Okay, so you still think the prices will go up even more. And they're already at historic highs, but you think they're going to go up even more. So I want to bring this to your attention. So President Trump said buy stocks now. This country will be like a rocket ship that goes straight up. So he made that comment yesterday after sealing the trade agreement with the UK and ahead of this weekend's high-stakes trade tariff talks with China. But his call to buy stocks kind of contradicts the gold surge we're seeing here, right? Prices hitting record highs, people melting down their jewelry to cash in. Gold usually spikes when there's uncertainty. Stocks climb on confidence. So what does Trump see coming that others might be missing? Like, is it his tax cuts and the big, beautiful bill, the trade deals, or something else entirely? What do you think?
Well, I mean, Trump is a showman. He's also a politician now. So I think he doesn't want to be responsible for a crashing stock market or a crashing bond market, which I think is why he walked back some of those tariffs. But yeah, so gold does normally outperform in periods of uncertainty. However, the performance in gold didn't start, in the last few months. You could go back 25 years and gold has outperformed the stock market by a factor of 3. Triple. So if you look at the S&P, the Dow, the NASDAQ, gold has outperformed them all by a factor of 3 in the last 25 years. That's very impressive. And I think a lot of people miss that because they don't think about gold when they think about investments. So this is not a recent phenomenon. And the bull market in gold is not over yet. Gold is going to continue to outperform the stock market because of all these structural problems we have all over the world with debt and deficits and the whole fiat monetary system. So I personally don't own any stocks. I sold them a few years ago, and my entire portfolio is gold, silver, and Bitcoin.
Wow. Okay. So you're a little biased, but do you think, are you calling him bluff, or do you think he has a point with his the tax cuts and the big, beautiful bill and the trade deals that are on the table right now, already one being inked?
Yeah, so I guess, if I have to answer your question precisely, I would call his bluff. That's basically what I'm doing. So it's possible that the stock market goes up. It's possible that bonds go up. All these things are possible. However, you have to remember that that's just in nominal terms. It's not in real terms. So if the stock market goes up 10% and gold goes up 20%, what was the better choice? I mean, and I think that's really what the situation is for the average investor. It's like it doesn't really matter if stocks go up. You want to be in the thing that goes up the most with the least amount of risk. And the stock market is so risky right now because it too is up near all-time highs. And the reason that it's been going up so much lately is because of essentially hope and a lot of people not knowing where else to go. And so that's coming to an end. And I think a lot of capital is going to flow into gold. Basically, everything is in a bear market measured in gold right now. That's a capital rotation event. So gold is really the place to be.
Yeah, something tangible, something you can hold no matter what happens. But there's growing talk of auditing Fort Knox. Do you believe the gold is still there?
I think some of the gold is there. I'm not sure if all of it is there, but I can tell you one thing. If an audit ever takes place, you know how it's going to play out. They're going to at least pretend like all the gold is there. So if an audit ever actually happens, they're going to make it look like all the gold is there and, oh, great, no problem. There's no way that they're going to actually hold an audit and then be like, oops, it's missing. There's a 0% probability of that. So I don't even think we're going to get an audit. I think I don't think it's going to happen.
Okay, but digital gold, let's talk about that. Bitcoin just neared $103,000. What should we know about that?
Yeah, the most important thing I would say is that Bitcoin is different than all the other cryptos. It took me years to figure that out. I made a lot of bad mistakes. I bought some altcoins that lost 99.9% of their value. And eventually I figured out, Bitcoin is different. It's decentralized. No one's in charge of it. It's intentionally slow, and that sounds like a bad thing, but the reason that it's slow is so that it can be decentralized, just like gold. Gold is slow, it's heavy to move around, but it's decentralized and no one controls it. So I think Bitcoin is digital gold. I would encourage people to study why gold even has value. Once you figure all that out and you realize that the dollar is a scam, the choice of what to do becomes pretty apparent.
All right, well, we'll talk about silver next time. Alan Hibbard, GoldSilver.com. Thank you for your time and insight today. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Hi, this is just a quick reminder. We're offering you free silver at GoldSilver.com as a thank you for choosing us as your dealer. Just click the link below for details.